Well, friends, we made it to the end of yet another year. This video where I go through all of my earnings, all of my analytics, the whole numbers behind my freelance business is honestly one of my favorite videos of the year to do. It's also one of the scariest. My grandma is seriously concerned that I'm going to get stalked. My mom thinks someone's gonna rob me. And basically I'm just really worried about sounding snobby or like I'm gloating, which is so not the point of this video. It's really interesting and fun for me to look through my numbers, and I'm glad that you guys have been receptive in the past to me sharing them with you. Really putting myself out there, really transparent. So maybe dumbly transparent. And hey, this is also proof to the IRS, if you're watching, that I do not skimp on my taxes. Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the very first time. All around, welcome. I'm Carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a Fiverr Pro verified copywriter for about the past 9 years. And in today's Freelance Friday video, like I said, I'm giving you the deep dive into my analytics and discussing how much money I made on Fiverr as a freelance copywriter in 2021. I know that some of you are already itching to just skip straight to the end, look for the big fancy graph and go, wow, and then click away. But genuinely, I would encourage you to stick around for the whole video and look through the rest of my analytics as well. I think that that paints a bigger, broader, more accurate picture of how and why and what and all those other things that go into building a business that is so successful for me. Just seeing the end number is not really going to give you the insights of the reality of the situation, if that makes sense. I totally forgot to do this week's Blogger of the Week, and if you'd like to be the Blogger of the Week, just like Great Scott Voice Media, all you have to do is drop a comment down below and you might get picked. A few things to get out of the way before we dive in, because we've always got some disclaimers. First of all, this is 100% me. Absolutely no one else. I don't outsource to a team. I don't have a virtual assistant managing my inbox for me. Everything is written by me. Every message is answered by me. Every client interaction is 100% through me. And every dollar number that I reference in this whole video is always my 80% take home. Please also don't come at me in the comments saying that I'm an idiot for not 10xing my business by outsourcing to a team, or that if I worked 60 hours a week, I could make so much more money. But that's not my goal, and it doesn't fit my ethical outlook. A healthy work-life balance is 1000% the most important piece of this puzzle to me, and that is non-negotiable even as my business continues to scale up. The numbers, let's get into it. Today is Christmas Eve, hence the world's laziest light show in the background for you. Carrie, why are you filming a video on Christmas Eve instead of, at a Christmas party? Well, my husband and I were COVID exposed, and although we are both fully vaccinated and everyone at the party was fully vaccinated, Omicron is being real rude, and we're still waiting on the slowest test results in history. So until then, our Christmas is canceled. Yay. Being Christmas Eve also means that there's still a week left in the year, so close enough. Let's start with the number of orders that I completed in this year of, what year is it? 2021. Since I started back in 2013, I have completed almost, 11,100 completed orders. And looking at my screenshot from last year's video, I can count how many I've done this year in particular, and that was 460 orders this year. If we divide that by 365, or 360, because we have a week left, whatever, that averages out to about 1 or 2 orders per day. And yes, I do prefer to work every day of the week, because I would way rather work a little bit every single day instead of having to work longer hours on particular days. Of course, as I always say, if I decide I want to take a weekend trip with my husband, or if I want to just enjoy a day off, I can push things forward and backward and move my schedule around to ensure that I do have days off whenever I want them. But like I said, I pretty much do some work every single day. It's really hard to get an accurate sense of exactly how much time I spend working because it's so flexible, but I always kind of estimate, about 2 or 3, 2 to 4, I think 2 to 3 is more accurate hours a day is pretty much what I spend working. Sneak peek for my income reveal at the end, which again, I encourage you to stick around, but I guess if you're really racing for it, you can just jump. The math works out to just about $300 per order on average. So if we're doing some math here, 1.28 average orders per day times $303 on average means that I'm making about $388 per day. Divided by 2.5 hours of work means I'm earning about $155 per hour. But that math is such a joke. I'm trying to make an even average representation that crosses all the fluctuations over an entire year. So I don't really think that that's perfect, but it is a question that people constantly ask me. So ta-da, there is the fake math for you. So I have currently 7 gigs. I think that has been true all year and last year. Product descriptions, about pages, Amazon listings, website content, blog posts, and email campaigns, plus my only non-pro gig, which is one-on-one business consulting, where I help other freelancers build and scale their business with personalized strategic advice. So total transparency, here's what my impressions, clicks, and orders looks like for today. But keep in mind that December has been a much slower month than I would say is normal, which is honestly great because I've got a lot going on. And a fun fact, I don't think I even thought to share in previous videos. Here's my most lucrative, highest paying gig, website content. That makes sense because the base price is $400 and I very frequently sell the premium package, which is $2,000. This number is all in since I created the gig originally, which I think was 2018, maybe? But that gig alone has generated $164,000 just for that particular service. Let's look at my performance statistics. I reply to 98% of my inbox messages and 100% of my order messages, although I think that 98% is really supposed to be 100. I don't know what in the world they think I haven't responded to in the inbox. And that is an average of 2 hours over time, including, when I'm asleep, including when I'm on my phone in the middle of the day. And that's actually 1 hour faster than my average last year. So I did improve something. 100% of my orders are delivered on time, always have been, always will. Every once in a while, I do have to mutually cancel an order with a client. They aren't ready to order. They change their mind about what they need. They order by accident, that kind of stuff. So technically that's 97% statistic for that. And reviews. Again, it's really nice that I can reference my screenshots from last year and track my progress. In 2021, clients left me 355 reviews, which if we again do the math, that works out to 77% of my orders the client chose to leave a review on it. 348 5-star reviews, 5 4-star reviews, 1 3-star review, and 1 2-star review, but no 1-star reviews this year. And if we do the exact math, 355 reviews divided by that, blah, 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 that is 4.97 on average, which I am so freaking proud of. That's awesome. That's so exciting. And actually, I got 2 more 5-star reviews since I took these screenshots and stuff this morning, so it's good. The specific rating breakdown within that is the same as last year, and basically every year it's always 5-star communication, 4.9 services described, and 4.9 also for buy again or recommend. So yeah, I did get that 1 negative review this year, which makes me so mad. With literal bullshit lies, but I will not go into that. But for transparency, here's what that was. And of course, we got lots of glowingly positive, happy reviews, which always makes me happy, and I just need to focus on the good stuff. So who was I working with? What are my clients? Who are they? This world domination chart is super fun, super useless, but super fun. And I always enjoy looking at it and just seeing how my reach spreads around the world. It's really interesting to think that my writing is being read by people all around the world. And it's just awesome to connect with people in a global marketplace. Over the past 9 years, I've worked with almost 9,000 different people. I can sort those buyers with 2 different metrics. So let's first look at the highest quantity of orders. That hasn't changed in several years. The most spent did change this year. Now that caps out at more than $11,000 spent by a single client. Wow. Okay, so we are here. We talked about the back end of my business, how I make it happen, who I work with. Here's how much I earn. Let's start with a breakdown of passive versus active income first. Everyone acts like passive income is just gonna pay all your bills while you sit on a beach. Maybe that's true. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, very possible. But that's definitely not the case for me. Even if I'm really generous and I call YouTube passive, which is most certainly not, you can see that it's just a super tiny fraction of my actual income. And then here's the breakdown of my passive income streams month by month throughout the year. First, we have my YouTube AdSense revenue, which is slowly going up as my subscriber count does as well. And it also helps that I've managed to get a few sponsored brand videos this year. My course on Fiverr Learn pays out quarterly, so that's why there's fewer payments for it. And I earn 30% of the revenue from that. But it is nice that that one is truly passive. Fiverr Affiliates is also passive in that I just create the links and ta-da. That platform is super annoying. They only allow you to request payouts after you've had $100 for a month in your account. So there's like a bunch of money that I can't access in there right now. They also make it really hard to earn commission for clients with existing accounts that work with me, but it's better than nothing. And then lastly, this tiny little graph is for Amazon affiliates. This proves that just putting a couple affiliate links in the description of my video, it's worth doing. It's better than nothing, but definitely this is the tiniest drop in the bucket. Okay, now for my real Fiverr earnings, the actual core of my business. When I say what I do, I say I am a copywriter, because that is, earning me my living. This chart right here looks different than Fiverr's version. It looks different than my handwritten tracker in my bullet journal. That's because it depends. Is it based on when I did the order? Is it based on when the order clears? Is it based on when I'm withdrawing my funds? That affects the timeline by up to a month, varying different ways. Also, side note, I literally am never optimistic enough when I make my bullet journals every year. Every single year, I go straight off my graph like right away. I don't know, man. It makes me mad though every year. I think I made my chart right and then no. So this chart, which we're gonna go with, is the statistics that are based on my withdrawal schedule. So when I actually pull it from Fiverr through PayPal to my bank account, I almost always wait until it hits that $5,000 max withdrawal cap. Maybe it's dumb to keep my money sitting in that account. It probably is, but I just like that it simplifies my bookkeeping. And some dips that you can't even quite see on this one, but you can definitely see it in my bullet journal version, were pretty purposeful, or at least make a lot of sense to what was going on at that time. So even, overall, given those fluctuations, I feel like this year I had a really nice balance of both general stability and flexibility when I needed it. The chart you've all probably been waiting for. Let's look at my income over the years. We got to start at the beginning for the end to make more sense. So in 2013, I made my Fiverr account very end of September, and I earned $6,000 in those last months of the year. 2014, I was a full-time college student, and I was just honestly baffled at how things were just taking off and progressing. That year, I earned $22,000. 2015 was the last year of my undergraduate degree. I was still keeping a massive lid on the Fiverr thing because I was really focused on school. I made $30,000 that year. In 2016, I was in the midst of my master's program, and that was a really super intensive one-year program, which included student teaching all day long and night classes. So I intentionally scaled back my Fiverr workload, and I earned $24,000 that year. In 2017, I had officially given up the teaching dream, and I was leaning into copywriting full-time as my solid job. So just by giving it my full gusto, just by committing, just by looking at it as a real career path, I almost tripled my income up to $61,000. So I do have a really, really bad memory. And I feel like every time I explain this, I have to think about it real hard. But I'm pretty sure that Fiverr Pro launched at the end of 2017. And I was one of the first sellers that was accepted into that program when it was in beta. And that was a total game changer. So 2018 for sure was the first full year of being in the Fiverr Pro program. I officially crossed the six-figure milestone and earned $103,000. 2019, smooth sailing. My business is officially, maintaining, coasting, sustaining, loving what I do. It's all good. I earned $105,000 that year. Last year was 2020, and I didn't really have any plans to do anything different. I just wanted to sustain, maintain, focusing on very healthy work-life balance and very real value for my clients. I do think that YouTube was actually a really good driver and differentiator between where I was at 2019 and 2020. That's really the only thing I can think of that changed dramatically between those 2 years. And so last year I earned $120,000. And this year, same spiel. I just wanted to maintain. I just wanted to keep doing what I do, keep chugging along. My only goal for myself was to hopefully hit the same threshold I had the year before, which was $120,000. And folks, we did a little better than that. As I was tallying things up today, genuinely was surprised to see that I crossed over into $140,000 this year. And I actually still have about $10,000 in pending clearance and current open orders, which probably won't process in time to be included in my actual statistics and earnings for 2021. I also didn't count book sales in this because December pre-orders was just the teensiest, tiniest, littlest, most minuscule amount of money. And the book isn't even officially published and, doesn't really matter or help anything. This is baffling. This is unreal. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, normally in my videos at this point, I say, if you're still watching, you're my actual hero, but today I have a different request. If you actually watched through all my statistics and you didn't just skip to the very end with a big fancy chart and go, wow, you should comment and say, I am a licensed data scientist. I am a licensed data scientist, okay? I literally do not care how old this video is when you do this, but if you comment that, I swear I will read it, I will heart it, I will comment back, I will smile at it because that literally will make me so, so happy. Next year, what's next? Who knows? I am taking a 2-month maternity leave when my baby is due in a couple weeks. So yeah, I really don't have any idea what my life is gonna look like as a new mom, but the good news is that every year I've said, I don't know, I just want to maintain and love my life and keep doing awesome work. It continues to grow. So I guess we'll just check in again next December with some more stats and statistics and see where things end up. Check out some links to other stuff I've got going on in the pinned comment and description down below, including my dystopian sci-fi novel. It's called Without Disruption, and you are going to love it. Also, my e-commerce copywriting course, if you are interested in learning how to do what I do. And one-on-one freelance consulting if you would like personalized strategic advice to scale and build your freelance business like I have. Have a very merry holiday season. Happy Christmas Eve. Stay safe out there. And remember, you are worth so much more than your workload. Let's get back to work.